Hi everybody. Today I'm going to do a 4-year review on my Bad Boy MZ Rambler Zero Turn Lawn Mower. I bought this Bad Boy MZ Rambler brand new in 2022. I've been wanting to do a review on it for a while and just never had the time. I thought this would be a good time to show you as I've had it for nearly 4 years now. When I bought it, there were two engine options. There was the smaller Briggs & Stratton, I think it's 500 something cc, and then there was this one, which is the Kohler 725 cc. For a while, after I bought this one, they went to only the Briggs, the smaller motor, for a couple years, I believe. And now recently they've started selling them again in both that smaller, like I said, I think it's like 500 and some cc Briggs motor, and then they do again have this 725 cc Kohler option. So this is the one I went with back then. It's served me well in the last 4 years. You can probably tell by looking at it, I've done a couple of small modifications to it. Obviously I added the hitch. I don't use that for pulling very much, as I don't want to destroy the hydros on it, and I'm sure they don't recommend using a real hitch on it, but I do just move that small lightweight trailer around the yard with it. The other things I've done to it, I added an hour meter because it doesn't come with one. I added those little LED lights for mowing in the dark. I think that's all I've done to it. Otherwise, it's completely stock. It's still got the tires that were on it when it was new. I keep it in my shed over there, so it's always inside. I try to keep it fairly clean. Take good care of it. It's only got, for 4 years old, it's got a ridiculously low amount of hours. I think it's just about 42. Yeah, 41.7 hours. You can see my little LED light switch on here. That's the factory location to add. Oh, and then of course, like I said, at the time it did not come with that hour meter, so I just wanted to know where my hours were at. We never sold lawnmowers at our dealership, so I bought this obviously from a dealer. Now Bad Boy you can get at a lot of box stores, but I think it's better to buy from a dealer. Luckily I haven't had to take this into the place where I bought it from for anything. I've done all the maintenance myself and never had any warranty issues or anything like that. So now of course the warranty's expired by now, because I think it was just a 2-year warranty on it, but like I said, 4 years, low miles. I changed oil. That's really about all I do to it, other than add the few accessories. I did think of one more thing I added. I actually need to adjust it, but that's the little striper kit that I put on the back of it as well. Overall, it's been a really good mower. I think for the price point, and they're somewhere in the neighborhood of between, I don't know, 3,500, maybe 4,000, depending on which engine you go with. I think it's a great value. I think it's a more, obviously it's a residential mower, but I think it's better than a lot of the big box stores have in that price range. You get a fully fabbed deck instead of a stamped deck. Like I said, I haven't had any issues with it. The only thing I've noticed on it that I think is pretty superficial, and I'll probably do something about it, but there's a little bit of rust starting where the paint has chipped off of the deck there. Like I said, this is a super thick, heavy duty fabbed deck, and that's one thing that really appealed to me when buying it, compared to the box store stamp decks. That little bit of rust that started there on one of those stamp decks would probably be pretty catastrophic by now. That I need to just, lightly sand it or wire brush it, throw a little paint on it, and it's good to go, because like I said, it's super thick, and that's just, I would say, superficial kind of surface rust, if you will. The only other thing I can think of that I've done to it is, it's probably not super clean under here, but other than the lights that I added, I did also put a little battery tender, so that's hooked up direct to that battery, and it just hangs down there, and that way I can plug it in every now and then and keep that battery topped off. It's pretty easy maintenance. You've got your air filter right inside of here. Pop that off. It's got the little pre-filter, and then of course the air filter itself. pops on and those snap back into place. There's a little fuel filter there. Of course, your oil dipstick. Oil filter is in a halfway decent location. Like I said, everything on it is original. Like I showed just a minute ago, you do have the seat here that lifts up to get to the battery. You can kind of see the pulleys and belts there, but it does have this nice heavy duty rubber mat that comes standard on it. And then if you lift that up, you can also get to the belt, which I don't know, I haven't looked, but only having 40 hours, but being nearly 4 years old, probably it would not be a bad idea to replace that belt. But luckily I've not had any issues with belt or spindles or anything like that. Like I said, I just wanted to do a review since I never did it when it was new, but I thought, well, most people probably want to see it after it's been used for a while. So I've enjoyed it. Really easy. Obviously, controls are just like most zero turns. This one does have a parking brake, which my old Toro did not, so that took a little getting used to. But you can start it up. As soon as you move these in, it will die if you have not released the parking brake. So like I said, that takes a little getting used to. I do like the manual. Just step right on there and you can change the height of the mower deck. And then of course you got a little side discharge there. I've got a mulch kit for it that I had on there. I have recently taken it off. As you can see, my grass isn't the best condition back here in the backyard. My front yard, I promise, looks a lot better than this, but the mulching kit is nice for leaves and stuff like that. But then in the summertime, I like to take that off and just use the side discharge chute. Other things I would just mention, maybe some pros and cons. The one thing I do not like about it is the cup holder, which obviously not using it long enough periods that I need a cup holder really, but since they have one, they might as well make one that's useful. And this is really deep on one side and really shallow on the other side. So, I mean, I don't think I'd put a pop can or beer can or anything like that in here because you're gonna get grass clippings in it. But other than something super shallow, it's just gonna bounce around, fall out. So that wasn't something that I thought was super well thought out. The rest of it, I don't really have any complaints. Like I said, super easy operation. This is your engine speed. This is gonna be your deck height. Like I said, I added the LED light bar and your hour gauge there. This engages or disengages the PTO. Then there's your key to start it. It does have a good size. I want to say it's about or right at a 5-gallon gas tank. So I've seen people on the forums complain about these stop working immediately. Like I said, mine doesn't have many hours on it, but it is 4 years old and it does seem to work. So it's just a little float gauge. But obviously if that wasn't working, it is actually fairly easy to see down in there to see that you've got fuel. I did forget to mention, this is where the choke knob is. So to engage that, it's on your left side. Just pull that out to engage it. Then over here, you've got your key. Thanks again for watching the review. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to see more videos like this. Have a great day.